Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Never Open Podcast, the podcast open to everyone, especially, come on, man, especially Doki. My name is Luke. I'm your host of the Never Open Podcast, and with me, as always, is I got my things here now. Yay, Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Guy.
Hello, Mr. Guy. Hello, Luke, and hello to Doki, the greatest wrestler who's ever lived, and who is now our champion again. Or also, we have two champions now. I don't know. He's a champion now, and it's fucking awesome.
I don't know if I can remember a time where two of my favorite wrestlers had titles at the same time. It's probably happened, but it's never happened with this combination before. It's their first singles titles each, Mr. Hanare and Doki. What a timeline we're living in. People can be complaining about whatever the hell they want. Oh, Naito and Forbidden Door, all this kind of shit. I don't care. Doki and Hanare have golds. And all is right with my universe. Just bringing up Wato back from injury, and because that'd be a perfect feud for Doki right there.
Yeah,
Doki,
I was
Doki
hoping.
Doki was his first gatekeeper, wasn't he?
I was really hoping
when he came back
would
from his
come
schedule.
out and hit him with a fucking bike. He brings out a bike and hits Doki with it, and takes the title, and then we got our first feud. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But yeah, we're talking about the last two episodes of New Japan Soul. And after that, you know what's after this show? It's on July 13th. It's called Fantastica Mania.
Oh.
And I'm like, man, that'll be some background telly for me, I think, for sure. Then I go to the New Japan World website. I'm like, oh, they want $20 American dues for that. Good luck.
It's not in Japan. It's fine. Or even if it is, I don't care. I'm not paying for that.
No, it's in San Jose. So I'm like, yeah, I think I'll just pay for the G1, please and thank you. So yeah, it's gonna.
Well, that's what these two shows are here to do, is to set us up for the G1 as well as give us some treats in the meantime. So excited to talk about it.
Oh, we got treats. We're going to talk about them. But first, there are ways people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We're on the Tweety. I am at Grumpy2EB. Mr. Guy is at Drucifer Collectively, we are at NeverOpenPod. If you want to send us a written or voice email, you can do that too. NeverOpenPod at gmail.com. Nearly fucked up the email address, but I got there. Also, we have a Teespring store where you can buy merch that'll make you look never as fuck. Oh no! But first, if you've got any of that, what am I doing? Sasha Banks money. Yeah, fuck, I'm freaking out. I'm just so pumped to talk Soul because of what happens. Yeah, we got a Teespring store. Buy merch that'll make you look never as fuck. You know, like the champ, all that kind of stuff. Man, that was Botchamania this week. Luke's intro to the Never End podcast this week. But yes, do all those things. Interact with us. I've been on the Tweety a little bit. I think you have too. You know.
Yeah. I tweeted out a quote from Gabe Kidd recently, and it said, "Listen here, fuck Tanahashi." That's what the quote was. It's fantastic. So, but also, folks can watch us on YouTube if they wish to. We are also there, and you can see our faces that exist. So,
yeah, hello. You could see me totally botch this, and Andy be like, "He even missed a step." Watch us on YouTube. Yeah,
that's fine. You know, I all I care about Stokey anyway, so that's fine.
Not only am I really excited to talk night 2, of course, but I like night 1 as well. I think night 1 I watched live, and I was telling you, man, this show's really fun. Then night 2 happens, and you're like, no, this night 2 shit's on night 1.
Hey man, like, both these shows were good. The first one was at Kurgan Hall, and we don't have any Google reviews. We're going to have a little information about the second building, but the no Google reviews for Kurgan Hall. We've already read all the funny ones. I mean, we need new Google reviews. So
are you going to Kurgan? Do a review. Yeah.
Make it funny. You know, say crazy things, threaten the lives of the staff. You know, I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah, be sexist towards the female staff for because they've got brains in their heads and they use them, and you're like, that's willfulness, and I don't like it. And there's some weird ones. There is some absolute weird ones. The only bit of news I got was from this morning. We're not on the chat. Suzuki's got a concussion.
Yeah. He like collapsed after a match or during a match or something. And they're like, brother, you got a concussion. And he's like, that sucks. Well, I don't know, man. I don't understand how these guys can pound each other in the head like so much and it's just fine. I imagine it's not fine, but
yeah. You know, Suzuki, you can take some chops, man. You don't get chest cushions, do you?
I mean, I think
mean,
that you
mind
can
you, you
be
might get a
chopped.
handprint like Kofi Kingston has on his chest. That's what it always looks like to me. Like someone just like chopped him so hard that he's got that there.
It was the Big Show. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard that. Is there any truth to that? Or is it just bullshit?
No, I just made that up. He tore his pec, and so he's got unsymmetry or whatever going on. That's what happened.
Tore his pec.
Yeah.
He fucking ripped it apart. Ouch. But anyway,
yeah,
I don't like
Jericho's
that company, but
things.
I do like him. So Kofi's pretty good. All right. I'm stalling. I don't know why. Let's talk some Soul because I'm fucking pumped, dude. I'm so pumped to talk Soul. We're starting with Yu Uemura, Doki, Taka Michinoku, and Sonata. It's just 4 of the 5 guys. And El Desperado, Honma, and Nagata have to wrestle with that dork on their team named Makabe. Like at the start of this match, Taka's trying to do Taka shit on Nagata. And Nagata's like, no, you're not poking me in the eye or getting me in the leg like that. Nah, it's not happening. So I'm having a good old chuckle. Then I see Makabe doing double clotheslines on Doki and Sonata, and that's a big no from me. Ha ha ha! Even, and I'm just like, nah, don't like that. And I do like you going hard with Honma. That's pretty cool. He eats a Kokeshi as well. And then Doki, he wipes out all the other guys. Just 3 boots on Honma, crossbody by Yuya for the win. This is a pretty fun opening match.
Yeah, Doki had been trying to get that dive. This is the last preview match before the big championship, as we'll talk about on the next show. But so he finally gets the dive at the end, and the other guys are like, well, let's do just 3 boots. It's great. It's like, History of the World Part 1. They come down, Moses comes down the mountain, and he's like, these 2 tablets, it's just like that. So anyway, next, Luke, we have, and by the way, I watched this with Japanese commentary. I believe Chris Charlton was there, but I did not listen. So maybe
he was solo and he was fine.
Sprinkles in there. I have nothing to mention about that. But next match is Tsuji, Hiromu, and Teton versus Ren Narita, Kanemaru, and Sho. And Teton runs wild on hot right out of the gate, which is disgusting. And Hiromu and Tsuji team up to do all their fun moves and stuff. It's like, did you ever play the Simpsons arcade game?
Yeah, dude.
Right. So if there was 2 of you playing, you could do a team up where basically they would get right next to each other. You both smash the buttons, and one of them gets on the shoulders and does a team up thing. That's what they're doing. They're doing that. So I just wanted to let you know and mention The Simpsons because I know it tickles you. So
it does. I'm very tickled.
House of Torture, they cheat and do House of Torture things all over the place. Yeah. They beat up Hiromu for a bit, but there's a hot tag to Tsuji. He brabs Ren Narita. And then he hanging Joshi brabs Ren Narita, but the hot guys come in for the next match, all right? And this match gets thrown out. Now, this was spoiled for me because I watched this after the fact, and I hate this. The way they show it is they show this match / the next match. And I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen here. So, but it worked out because the next match.
Exactly. It does go straight into the next match. Hey, Shingo's like, hey, you fucking House of Torture assholes, let's make this a 12-man. So it's all of House of Torture versus all of Los Ingobernables de Japón.
That's not right at all. So it's just another 6-man involving the other people that came out.
Well, yeah, that makes it 12.
No. So a 6-man is 3 on each side. The first match was 3 on each side. The second match was also 3 on each side, but it was different 3, right?
I thought they all combined to make it one big one.
Okay. I didn't see that, but
and you see, that's what happens when you do the Japanese. that commentary. You don't know what the fuck's going on.
That's not how it's listed on the website either. So I mean,
really?
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what you get for not maybe having some green stuff when you watch it. But anyway, it just leads right into the next match. They're all out there anyway, man. So it's all fucking pandemonium with a big, massive brawl in the crowd. Yoda Tsuji's having a great time whipping Ren's ass, literally, with a belt, just fucking just whipping him. There's Shingo doing like Ishii level reversals on the House of Torture guys, which is awesome. I think like Ishii's kind of popularized that form of reversals, and it's House of Torture is the team to do those on. So a lot of other wrestlers kind of picked up on doing that too. I like it. So then we get fucking dick-to-dick contact on Naito. And that's me thinking, like, this is for coasting on fucking pay-per-view, motherfucker. And Evil pins it for 2. No. There's the Fable figure for on Togo by Bushi for the win, which is pretty cool here. Yoda Tsuji's not fucking finished, though. He's just choking Ren on the outside now, and he's kind of hung him up to the railing with the T-shirt, just tied it on
pokes him with the push-up bra, too.
Yeah,
like
even fucking,
him,
fucking push-up bras him, too.
But
So
it's interesting. Other than after the match, Tsuji, you didn't mention those other 6 guys that were in the first match. So I just want to make sure everybody knows I'm right. So that was fun. And that's going to lead to something somehow that happens on night 2 we were not expecting. That is like, what? So one of the best like tag matches I've ever seen in New Japan happens on night 2. We'll talk about it. But before that, we have the G1 play-in tournament. We got to wrap all this up, right? So we can get ready for the G1, see who's going to make it in. And this match is Boltin Oleg versus his team partner, Tanahashi. Who's going to win? Nobody knows. So the entire crowd cheers for Boltin, and Tanahashi's disappointment in them is palpable. He's very upset at them. So, and Bolton's plan is to use his power, and Tanahashi's plan is fuck your leg. So that's what he's going for. He hits dragon screws all over the place. He wraps Bolton's leg around the ropes and just fucks it up that way and stomps on it. Bolton comes back with body sausage and gut wrenches the ace. And Tanahashi acts like his organs are coming out of his body.
I just had a gut wrench appendectomy or something.
Everybody's selling that gut wrench quite a bit, so it's pretty good. So Bolton misses a Vader bomb, and Tanahashi tries the sling blade, but Bolton he gets but we don't get to can't yet. So Tanahashi gets a sling blade finally for 2. He goes for high fly flow. Boltin Oleg catches him, hoists him up for like a dominator for 2. He celebrates like an idiot, and Tanahashi almost wins with a roll-up right there, which is funny. So that made me laugh. You can't! Doesn't work. You still can't! And Bolton pins the ace and advances in the play-in tourney. He bows to Tanahashi and hugs Kenta Sato. And Tanahashi sells to the back like a badass. Wow.
Yeah, that was really unexpected, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was unexpected, but
I thought it's still a surprise, especially when while Tanahashi's like, this is what makes me laugh every time Oleg wins now. They're walking to the back with the Young Lion theme playing. Like, Young Lion won and riled. Like, give him some trunks. Give him a fucking theme tune or something. Like, I'm not a Young Lion anymore. Do something then. We're going to do more than wins.
Well, we'll see. I mean, making the G1 might be a good statement. But we may have to just, like, forget about that, because otherwise every episode from now on out, we're going to be talking about that every time.
Look, Oleg does one thing I really love. He's good in this match, but he does this like shotgun drop kick, and I'm like, what the fuck? This guy's huge. So
looks like it hurts too.
Yeah, so I'm calling it the double barrel shotgun drop kick.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's for you, Oleg. You can take that. Chris will take it too, and then he won't credit us because he fucking he doesn't like that. We've hung shit on him for fucking. They've been giving me shit for fucking 4 years.
Oh my god, they're so upset with me. Why?
So many ways.
Walker will be back soon, we learn. Walker's going
Yeah.
to be here for the entire G1, and that'll be fantastic. So
You know
excited.
why he's not there yet? Because he's walking. Anyway, I love this fucking match, by the way. It is Callum Newman versus Kenta. Callum's theme music, it sounds like his theme music is a Sum 41 tune with the vocals removed.
Yeah, it's very pop punk, and he should come out
Yeah.
with a skateboard and his hat backwards, like he's Mark Andrews for sure.
Like he's fucking Poochie. Kenta starts with the kicking. It's like, oh fuck. Kenta sends him into the railing and kicks his ass some more, and you're just like, all right, fucking hell. You gotta. There's some vicious looking kick by Kenta. It's just like, and he gets like Callum right in the fucking face. And then my note here is Kenta pissed off that he's losing? Because that's what I want, right? So that's where my head's at. Is Kenta going into like, oh, I'm losing? Oh, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this motherfucker. make him earn this shit.
Absolutely.
Because that's where my brain was at right from there. Because Kenta was pouring it onto Callum. Callum hits a drop kick and a plancha, which he overshoots. He overshoots it. So rather than just look like an idiot, he just like hangs his arm up and kind of like, you know, like it looks like it kind of bulldog. Yeah,
he knows he's winning. He's a little too on fire for that spot. He's like, here I go. Wow.
Oh,
yeah. Just a little bit too much on fire. I love when guys get too on fire. It's one of my favorite things.
That's it. Yeah. So, you know, apparently at some point around here, it's revealed that Callum Newman might have a dislocated finger, and he just pops it back in. Yeah.
I didn't notice that. Wow.
It's something the commentary was bringing up as well on the
Not something
English.
they just made up.
Yeah, it might be. So I might look a bit dumb. But hey, you know what I liked watching Forbidden Door, Mr. Guy?
What's that?
Oh, I took notes. What the fuck just happened? 10-second rewind. Boom. Hey, New Japan. Wow. I pay more for a service that doesn't work as good.
All right.
Anyway, where am I? Oh, yeah. He's maybe putting his finger back in place. Whatever. His finger hurt and he did something with it. Let's use it. By the way, Callum's like, I'm going to fucking get you, Kenta, by suplexing you on the outside. By the way, I'm also going to suplex you onto this terrified-looking dude in a wheelchair who's trying to slowly bring the wheelchair backwards so he doesn't get fucking suplexed on.
Dude, his wheelchair is so cool, man. It's got like lights on it and ground effects and shit. That dude is way cooler than we are. So,
yeah, I'm not ragging on him.
His wheelchair,
but the moment of him like just it's a totally pimped out wheelchair, but he's using the joystick to move it back, and he's looking at them.
Well, it's also it's like you see him going one way, and then all of a sudden he's going the other way, and you know he can't find which way to go. That's the best.
No, it's like in a horror movie where like the young woman puts the keys in the door. Oh, it's the wrong keys. And then she gets the right key. Oh, but she drops the keys. You know. But then Kenta is just like, oh, well, we can't have that. I'll be a face for this one spot. And suplexes Callum onto the thing. Oh, I can't stop laughing though. So maybe I'm evil, but it was a fun little spot. And the guy got to feel part of the show. That's pretty fucking gnarly. Oh my god! Then Kenta just kicks the shit out of him some more, like a lot more, even while calling Callum a bitch. Oh my god! Okay, there's finally a speedy boot to the face and a PK by Callum. Man, he earned those. It feels like it took a long time for him to do that. There's a ref bump, and Kenta gets the kendo stick and pretends Callum is Tommy Dreamer and just wails on him. Oh my god! I'm pretty.
Kane.
Yeah, it's like there was a moment there where I expected Cal to be like, "Please, sir, can I have another?" You know, but
some of those strikes with that thing looked like no one was ready. Like when a guy's ready for it, you can see him kind of tense up or whatever, and like the timing was always off on that, which made it look hurt really bad. And sometimes he got him in the face and stuff. It's like, damn,
Callum ate this.
Yes.
Callum ate this like a champion. Like, oh my god. So Kenta's like, oh, the ref's still out. You know what? I'll just go for I'll just use my belt. the Defy title. And then, Callum dodges that. Oz cutter. Oh, but there's no ref. Oh, no. Low blow for 2 by Kenta. There's a psycho knee for 2. Go to sleep. No. Stiff slaps to the face by Kenta on Callum. A high knee in the corner by Callum and a high knee in the corner by Kenta. There's a big boot, though, and then an Oz cutter. And fuck yeah, I'm getting the story I want. Callum Newman beats Kenta in a match that was super fucking gnarly. Like, if you're an inexperienced or developing wrestler, like, Kenta's a really good dude to be in the ring with because, man, he's gonna make you look good when he loses. And I just thought this was fucking amazing. I love this match. Like, I'm already having fun up to this point. Then I'm watching this, and I'm like, fucking hell. Wow, this is a really good way to put someone over if he wins. And he did. And I'm like, fucking A. I thought it was amazing.
We learned a lot about Newman in this match. Like, something important that we learned about him is that he's no good on the outside. He can't do the Prince of Pace spot on the outside.
No,
so it's like he gets his fucking ass kicked the whole time they're on the outside. And then as soon as they get in the ring, all of a sudden he's able to do some of his shit. So that's the key to beating Newman, is to keep him out of the ring, right? So it's like, I think that's an interesting thing that we'll see play into the G1 if he makes it. We'll see if he makes it or not.
That's right.
But 2 more gentlemen trying to make the G1, and my God, I was a nervous wreck about this match. My gosh, it's Taichi versus TJP. Taichi comes out, he sings the greatest song ever sung, and ever written by the greatest man who's ever sung a song, and it's amazing. And we haven't heard his theme. We haven't heard his theme in so long. So I was just like, I couldn't believe it. And you know who that's like a summoning spell for is Chumpy. So Chumpy's out there already.
Oh, yeah.
So that's great. And he looks like he got a haircut. So, or he just combed it for once and it looks nice. So he looks nice, So
he just gets he just puts a bowl on his head and gets Tenzan to cut around it.
It's like, I'm an expert at hair. You gotta pay me for this. So what happens here at the beginning is kind of funny because Taichi has this little neck warmer or neck cooler thing on, right? And Chumpy checks him for weapons, but is totally cool with just ringing the bell while he still has that thing on. And Taichi's all focused on what's going on. He's like, oh yeah. Takes that off real quick. It's great. So at the beginning of the match,
he slept weird.
We get a clean break from Taichi, and TJP gets all fancy doing cool moves, but no one's fancier than Taichi. TJP's trying to do that headstand thing, and Taichi asks Marty, what the fuck? He's like doing this headstand thing, and Taichi's like, what is this? Marty doesn't have an answer for him. So face wash on Taichi, but he bails before TJP can get the running kick because his face is very clean. TJP tries a drop kick to the apron, but Taichi dodges it and axe bombers him onto the apron, which looked nasty, but was very safe because TJP bumped from his butt to the mat. It's great. And then Taichi has kind of like a pattern that he'll do in some of these matches where just when he gets a little sick of what's going on, he'll just hit some outrageous kick that is just like, oh my God. So he does that. He tries to get a count out win, but then he keeps throwing TJP out of the ring. Like, you don't belong here. So TJP gets frustrated, and Taichi rocks him with another big kick. Taichi loses the pants and does the face wash. Oh, he loosens the pants, right? And does the face wash, and Marty loses his mind. It's okay for TJP to do it, but when Taichi does it, he's like, no, Taichi, no. Why? Fuck you, Marty.
Chumpy's like, you're stealing his shit. No.
So Taichi beats the shit out of TJP, and he tries to face wash again, and Marty gets mad again. TJP fires up for a drop kick and a Rana. He breaks Taichi's arm, which is bullshit. So suddenly Taichi, who has been dominating, is suddenly in trouble. And TJP runs through some offense. He tries to go for half of a total elimination, which I don't know what that was going to do, but he gets in the corner like Akira's not in this match. So
Totally him.
Taichi kicks him very, very, very hard. And the pants come off and the crowd goes crazy. TJP and Taichi do some really fast-paced mat wrestling. This is good. There's a pinaway stretch, but Taichi gets to the ropes. TJP remembers that Taichi's arm is in fact broken and starts attacking that. But Taichi hits judo chops and rolling elbow and a bridging dangerous suplex for 2. TJP gets some good strikes in and a very close near fall with a roll-up. But Gamaguri, Axe Bomber, but TJP's up at 1. Oh my God, he's doing the heavyweight thing. He's going to win. No, he isn't. So Taichi hits a monster super kick. Black Mephisto. He fucking puts him down. Gets the win. Taichi is going to advance in this tournament. Thank goodness, man. There's respect after the match, though.
Yeah, that's fine. That's whatever. Taichi just
he's a good guy in this match. He respects
like a handshake just like this. No. But I thought this match was great, but like you, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time because I was like, please Taichi win. Please. We need the story from both our brackets. It's the Callum story and the Taichi story, and we want both those stories to converge and give us the things that we want. We get most of the things. Like I'm quite impressed by how much of the things we want that we got on night 2.
It's true. I'm not mad, you know.
So am I a little bit mad? A little bit, but you know, yeah. I've already moved on in my head, I think.
Well, after the show, Taichi had some harsh words for Bolton Oleg. Like, you think you're cool? Fuck you. I'm cool. Like, that kind of stuff. And he was talking mad shit, which had me worried big time. Because I was man, he's talking a lot of shit. Like, that's not good. So, but it's funny because I was kind of like, didn't give a fuck about the main event at all. Right? But it made me give the fuck.
Yeah. You mean this main event I'm about to talk about? Because I quite like it. I'm sure we you and I can both say the finish isn't what we wanted. Match was pretty good, and I don't know. Sometimes you got to throw this for every underdog a bone. It's Tomohiro Ishii versus Yoshihashi. And what's the first note here? Yoshi has never beaten Tomohiro Ishii before. Shut up.
Oh, I didn't hear that because I was watching with Japanese commentary, which was much better.
All right. I'm going to nitpick just maybe one tiny thing because I've never seen him do this before, and it was a little funny / adorable. Otherwise, I quite like Yoshihashi in this match. All right. There is the but, you know, we know to expect that and to kind of tune that out. I wish I could tune out such and such has never beaten such and such ever in the history of the fucking universe. In this one particular building. Because shmam.
I mean, you can fix that easily by just watching in the Brave browser and it eliminates any of the spoilers. So,
all right. That's
really good.
It's good like that. But there's a point where Ishii's laying in strikes. It starts in the corner. And Yoshihashi has a kind of a weird way in which he walks in to Ishii's strikes to show he's tough. And I'm like, you never walked into strikes in your life before, have you, Yoshihashi? Because it looks a little odd, but like, all right, it still walks into it. Yeah. So that's a bit strange. I also like this match because you don't see this match, Ishii versus Yoshihashi. Is this like, I know these two guys are spring chickens. They're both in their 40s, but how many times has this match happened? Like, not much.
A few, I'm sure they're both in the same faction.
Yeah.
So, we see some stuff that happens on night 2 where some guys in the same faction wrestle, and you're like, I've never seen these guys touch each other. I can't believe this. And it's the same kind of thing here a little bit.
So, Ishii makes Yoshihashi look maybe the best I've ever seen Yoshihashi look ever. Yeah. Except maybe like unless he's wrestling someone like Shingo or something like that, which is kind of the same thing but different smell, right? Ishii's just selling for this man, like going nuts. Like there's an awkward destroyer in this match, but like he still takes it. Yoshihashi's pulling out a couple moves. He does this in the other match as well. Like, even though Yoshihashi will still do a couple things in this match which annoy me, he pulls out a couple moves I don't usually see him do as well, and I'm like, all right, you're not. See, he's the average wrestler. He's an average wrestler, right? But he doesn't coast. He's always fucking trying. It's like he's trying might still be to us like a C+ or a B, but I appreciate that fucking effort. Whereas
I hope you're right.
whereas I watch a dude like Yujiro and I'm like, this dude's just fucking, he's coasting big time, like, you know.
Yeah.
Big time coast. So that's the kind of difference there. So I really do appreciate that. Plus, he's, you know, so here's the other annoying thing. We've worked towards giving Yoshihashi an extended offense in the ways he can win matches, which I've appreciated, because he can only hit Karma for one spot, and it's fucking stupid. But I guess we're reheating the fucking Karma because he keeps trying for it. And guess what, everyone? It's from the same fucking position every time. And it's amazing to me because at least in this match and in the next match, I'm sorry to do a bit of a crossover here. But what I see Yoshihashi do in both those matches is I see him hit other moves from a different angle or two. But the Karma, nah, you've got to be here so I can twist you to there and then lift you up to there. And I'm like, Shingo could have done that move 5 times by now. Pentagon as well.
Man. You're very critical of Yoshihashi in this match, and I thought this match was fantastic.
I know. So I'm just going to stop there. Those are my 2 little like nitpicks. Other than that, I thought he fucking brought it. As I said, I put him over. He brought out some moves he doesn't usually do before. He was kind of never as well, like going toe-to-toe with the strikes and the exchanges, and those two chopped the shit out of each other. I'm surprised their chests weren't redder than they actually were. What I do like is, like, I think we've always, at least I have been saying that Ishii's chop game has gotten fucking good over the last couple of years.
It's always
kind of
good.
Yeah, but you really see it when you're having a match with like a chop master like Ishii. I think Ishii even just fucking has enough of it at one point and just gets Yoshihashi in the throat. He's just like, all right, enough of this exchange.
Well, Yoshihashi is like, I do the chops. Look at me. You know, and he's just like, are you fucking kidding me? You do chops? All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. So look, I guess it's weird that I'm kind of burying the man a little bit because, like, I have to say this is one of the best matches of his I've seen. Ishii makes him look amazing, but on the other hand, Yoshihashi doesn't do too many Yoshihashi-isms as well to make it go, oh, that took me out.
He didn't have time. Time. There's no, they do a couple double downs, but mostly this match is go. So
I think I know why for that. I feel like I complained about a Yoshihashi match recently where they fucking slowed it down or something like that. And I'm like, it's not what you do with Yoshihashi. You got just keep moving, just keep going to the next thing. I don't know. He doesn't do slow very well because otherwise it's just then you realize it's Yoshihashi and it's kind of like grinding to a halt. You've got to keep it moving. Ishii knows this. Keeps it moving, keeps it awesome. The pinfalls are great. It's a good time. And Yoshihashi wins with Karma. So, surprise win. I'm a bit butthurt we don't get 9 Ishii matches, but, you know, he's mid-40s. We're kind of getting... And Yoshihashi's the tag champ, I guess, as well. So, yeah.
Well, New Japan is committed to this youth movement. We'll talk about it more on night 2 here, but I thought that show was a lot of fun. That big crucifix bomb at the end was terrifying because Ishii just dove backwards and just landed on his fucking head. Just like, wow, Ishii. Ishii was committed. So
yeah,
I love that.
Oh yeah.
But that was a really cool show. And that was at Kurgan Hall. So this next show is at the Tokyo Budokan, not the Nippon Budokan, the Tokyo Budokan, which is the less famous one, right? I urge everyone out there to take to Google this place because it looks incredible. I mean, it is one of the coolest looking places I've ever seen. And I even found like the schedule and stuff. It's mostly like martial arts, kendo, judo, karate, kyudo, whatever that is, there's all kinds of stuff. But what's neat about it is like, to me, is the outside has this wild, like, I don't know, it almost looks like some kind of creature from a video game. Like it's this weird, like upside down W that is stacked all over the roof. And that's what the roof's made of. And then on the inside, that's what the inside roof looks like as well, as far as the ceiling. It's incredible looking. This place is so cool. And I don't know, I was kind of blown away by it. I was also blown away by the crowd, because this crowd was fucking insane. I mean, the Kurgan Hole crowd's usually the most insane crowd, except for Osaka. But these guys, this crowd at the Tokyo Budokan had them all beat. This was one of the most insane crowds ever.
Chris was saying it's Chris on commentary for most of the night, and then TJP will join him towards the end. Spoiler alert, TJP's pretty fucking good on the commentary tonight. He does that whole thing of rather than focus on what he might not know, which is all the intricate storylines or whatever, he concentrates on what he does know. And it's like, all right, when you're in this move, the reason why he's got it on good here is because this guy's arms are positioned in such a way where he can't break out of it easy. That kind of commentary and stuff. And like just kind of doing that with moves.
He should do, right? I mean, he's absolutely an expert at holds, so tell us about holds.
Absolutely his strengths. But Chris does say it's the first time New Japan's done a show there in 30 years.
Really? That place place doesn't even look that old. Like it looks like it's brand fucking new. But
could have had renos, but in the meantime as well.
I mean, I don't know if they renovated the outside because my God, it looks incredible. But yeah, that way this is definitely one of those places we've never seen New Japan at. So I guess the crowd was like fucking fired up because finally they're back at this place. But why don't I start this one off? And first match is Zack Sabre Jr. and Fujita versus Kenta and Gato. We forgot to mention that at Kurgan Hall, Kenta guy was there. And he was right in the aisle. Kenta just ignored him completely, which is just, I mean, he was all focused on Newman, I guess. So anyway, Bullet Club attack before the bell, of course, and we get some Never stuff between the heavies during the match. The juniors tag in, and Fujita kicks Gato's ass. Fujita hits Abandoned Hope for the win. Why is it that? Why is it Abandoned Hope? His opponent has to abandon all hope once they've taken it. Is that the idea, I guess?
I feel like the idea is like that when Fujita becomes a winning machine that I eventually turn on, he'll do that move, and it's telling me abandon hope because Vegeta's just won this match. No, I don't know. I have no idea, but
okay.
I like it. I like the surprise for me in this match was Kenta doing most of the fucking wrestling on his team. So I get to watch lots of Zack Sabre Jr. Well, no, like I don't know, like it's not as you'd think it'd be a bit more 50-50 with a bit more Gato getting like double submissions on him or things like that. But I was just happy to see a bit of Kenta Fujita and Kenta Zack Sabre Jr. because that was awesome. But Gato only tags in once, I think.
Yeah, and then loses. So,
yes. Oh my goodness. Kenta and Zack Sabre Jr. big booting each other at the same time. It's pretty fun too. So next, we have just three guys, which is Sanada, Taka Michinoku, and Yuya Uemura. They're wrestling against TJP, Francesco Akira, and Grado Khan. So we've got Grado Khan and Yuya starting us off. We've got some great grappling and good rope running by both men. Grado Khan does this gnarly kind of like dragon screw thing into a leg submission, which looked awesome. Akira tags in and even gets a shot at whooping Yuya's ass, even getting like a double stomp on him. And then TJP. All right, so here's my one nitpick with this match. Usually when a wrestler is wrestling with Sanada and they do the whole, fuck, how do I do the paradise? Shit, I fucked this up. Usually I'm like, haha, yeah, I can buy that. Yeah, you fucked it up. I don't buy that with TJP though, because I'm like, dude, you don't know how to do the paradise lock. You know how to do all the locks.
It's a secret. That's why it's a joke, though. I tried. Fucked her.
Yeah. Come on, TJP knows that, but I might have done that spot with Akira anyway. TJP gets plenty of time in the ring against Yu Uemura and Sonata, which is interesting. So they're mixing him up with the heavies quite a lot. They're getting us used to it. Akira does a wonderful crossbody on Taka Michinoku into a pin for 2. There's a fireball on Taka, and Akira wins. And TJP's like, I'm going to get in your face, Sonata. Sonata's like, I'll see you after the G1. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know why TJP needs to be around the heavies. He just got fucking kicked out of the G1. So.
Yeah, right.
But he does the face wash in this match, and the Otani chants are just, I mean, my ears were bleeding because of how loud the Otani chants were. It was nuts. So this crowd is insane. I had no idea what was on this show except for the finals of the play-in tournament. So this was a fun surprise. We had the Taguchi comeback match. It's Taguchi, Yuji Nagata, Hanma, Tiger Mask, and Tanahashi. Oh, what fun opponent is he going to be up against? For his comeback match. Who'd they book him? Like, it's House of Torture.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man. And Sho gets on the mic and he talks trash. And I'm wondering, do you think that the dog that ran in front of Taguchi was Bong Dog?
Oh.
Could be, right? Could be Bong Dog,
I see in my head canon, I can imagine them being friends, but like,
That's how they met. You know what I mean? It was, it's not Bong Dog's fault that Sho probably caused all this, but I'm just saying, like, Bong Dog just happens to be, the catalyst to all this. But that just got me thinking a little bit. So Tiger Mask is wearing black pants with gold highlights, and it looks fucking dope. Like, come on, Tiger Mask, wear that shit. That shit's awesome. He beats up
Tiger
Kanemaru.
jacket as well. Like, it looks fucking cool as fuck. Yeah.
He beats up Kanemaru, and then the Ace tags in and gets fooled immediately by House of Torture, who take advantage and beat up everybody. That's really funny. We get the Abe spot. Boo. Yuji Nagata tags in and runs wild on Hot. And Ren in particular is bumping all over the place for Yuji Nagata. He's going flying. It's really fun. So Hanma and Evil tag in, but no Kokeshi on the first try. Dick to Kokeshi contact. Then Taguchi tags in, but all of House of Torture get in and kill him. But then all the baby faces get in, and we're all doing arm bars. And Taguchi, the camera's right in his face, and his eyes go back in his head like he's doing the Nagata lock.
What makes me laugh the most about that is when Nagata does it, he looks like a possessed badass. When Taguchi does it, I'm like, that's his O face right there. We're just that's it. At the same time.
6 or 9, So anyway, that was fun. Kokeshi from Hanma, push up bra. Everything is evil. Evil pins Hanma. That was fun.
Yeah, that was heaps of fun. Oh my god. All right, so next we have Yoshihashi versus Callum Newman, and all right, so this makes me laugh because Ian sends us the link of Yoshihashi's new t-shirt, and he described it as a business card from the 90s. It is the fucking, like, I know we just gave Aswang the Aswang shirt from TJP a bit of shit.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad.
But
yeah.
I feel like Yoshihashi was just like, hold my boring mid-strength warm beer, because he came out with a shirt that just says aim high on the front in little letters. That's it. Just here on the chest. Aim high. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing cool. Just aim high. And then on the back, it's got like just like a whole mishmash of just like words. Yeah. And it's like everything can change in an instant. 3, 2, 1. All this kind of stuff. And
all his catchphrases that he's always saying.
Yeah.
Always saying.
It is cool. Like, it is the most boring t-shirt I have ever seen in my life. And it was hilarious. And he walks out rocking his new shirt. And I'm like, yeah. By the way, aim high. That's what my fucking Just 5 bloody... Oh, it's in the wash because I wore it, wore it when watching the show. So it says aim high. Aim
Really?
high, change New Japan. Yeah.
Yoshihashi stealing Just Five Guys shit. Maybe he wants to be in Just Five Guys. They will never let him.
Like it just says just 5 guys, I think, on the front in the font, and then on the back it's got like silhouettes of them all, but it's old because it's got that fucking motherfucker Kanemaru on it, and then it has like aim high, change New Japan, or is it aim? I can't remember. It says aim high. I know that much. So Yoshihashi, fuck you. TJP. This is where TJP enters on commentary. Callum, he hits a pretty speedy boot on Yoshihashi, but then Yoshihashi, he takes over. Callum, he's even inviting strikes from Yoshihashi in the corner, and Yoshihashi looks kind of confused by this. Like, wait, you're inviting strikes from me? Okay, and then just gives him some strikes. So just his look is like, okay, I'll chop you again. Fine. It was great because his face doesn't move that much. So seeing him do seeing him do a spot where any other wrestler would just either just do it, or milk it, being like look around going, huh? Yeah, it's funny. Callum hits a great looking standing moonsault onto Yoshihashi, and you got to think, yeah, he's a fast guy, and maybe he looks kind of skinny too, but he's super fucking tall. That's a lot of body to kind of.
I mean, there's only one dude that's super tall, so let's just take it easy there.
All right. I'm sorry.
He is very tall. Yes, he is very tall.
But Yoshihashi even like you think he's going for karma, but he pulls out this fucking neck breaker thing, which is really gnarly, and I've never really seen him do before. I'm like, okay.
I think it's botched, yeah.
Like, I think that's... he still kind of hits a move, and Callum doesn't die, so I'm allow this.
I mean, he almost does. It's like he misses his knee completely, and I think he's supposed to do it over his knee, and he misses it completely. So Callum's head just kind of hits the knee and slides down, and it's like, that could be.
Callum, he turns a karma into a stunner and rolls up Yoshihashi, who just can't believe it. He's like, what? Huh? What? No one can get a 3 on me except for everyone on the roster. Huh? What? He can't believe it, but I can fucking believe it because this is the story that we wanted. This is what puts the kind of pep in my step. All right. This is like, all right, this is what we wanted when we saw this little tournament. Let's go. Let's fucking go. And we don't even care if he loses every match and just beats Naito in the tournament. We don't care about that.
What's going to happen, right?
We just know he's going to have an amazing experience at his age, wrestling 9 other fucking wrestlers in the G1. I can't wait. I love that. Yeah,
that match was good.
Yeah,
I think that one of the important things we need to recognize out of this is that, I mean, you in particular should be a very big fan of what Callum Newman just did, because he kept 2 guys out of the G1 that are always kind of a drag. He kept Yujiro Takahashi out and Yoshihashi. So both those guys would have been in the same block, and we would have had to watch that match. And, it didn't happen this time. So that was very kind of him,
I don't mind a bit of G1 Yoshi, but like, what do I want? 9 or 10 matches of Yoshi in the G1 or Callum Newman? Like, I'm going for Callum Newman. Thanks.
Anyone but Yoshihashi. Yes. So next, Luke, we have a very disappointing match. It is Taichi versus Boltin Oleg. I'm going to try to keep my emotions out of this, but there's a big strike standoff to start, and Taichi hits Boltin with one of them insane kicks and just floors him. And Milano loses his mind, but no laughing. Wasn't funny. It was like he loses his mind, but he isn't laughing at it, which I thought was interesting. So Taichi throws Boltin into the chairs, and Boltin takes the lamest chair bump I've ever seen. Back in the ring, Taichi hits shitty kicks, and Boltin finally gets to his feet, and Taichi just floors him again with another big kick. He finally knocks Taichi down and gets the body sausage, and he's still kind of hurting, though. The crowd is just chanting for Taichi, but they kind of go for Boltin towards the end, So Taichi gets gut wrenched, and and then Boltin gets another massive kick, or gets kicked with another massive kick. We get Let's Go Taichi's chance as Kenta Sato has to check on Boltin to make sure he isn't dead. which I thought he was, but it turns out he's not. Stretch Plum from Taichi and Bolton might actually be dead at this point. But Buzzsaw kick, the pants are off, but Taichi runs right into, he hits a kick, and then Bolton fires up and hits, you can't, but it's crappy, and it's only good for 2. But Taichi acts like his organs are coming out of his body, just like we talked about with Tanahashi. He is acting like his entire, like all of his internal organs have been torn asunder. So Bolton tries you can't again, but Stretch Plum countered by a Samoan drop. Gato clutch for 2. Oh man, he didn't win. Dangerous suplex for 2. Oh no. Axe Bomber and Taichi calls for Black Mephisto, but Bolton hits a running front, or a really bad front slam to counter. There's a running pounce type knee thing for Bolton for 2. F5 from Bolton Oleg. That's not cool. You can't. Bolton Oleg beats Taichi, and I'm not happy about that at all.
All right, so I think I've talked about shows before where there will be a finish or a match where after it happens, I'm deflated, and it takes a while for me to pick up. By the way, it picks up in minute. The bell hasn't even rung, and I'm just already salivating for the 2 LIJ guys to fight each other. So, because I just knew if anything was going to pick me back up after that finish, it was going to be those gentlemen. But, yeah, like, look, I understand Oleg's a young guy that he's an investment they want to push him. That's good. I want Taichi in the G1 more. I'm really fucking disappointed that he really isn't in the G1. Like, I think
it sucks, right? I mean, it's like
shit.
Taichi's, I mean, if he's not going to win, I get it, but I didn't think he's ever going to win the G1. I just want him to be in it, and I want to see Taichi singles matches because they're always awesome, you know? And it's disappointing. But at the same time, I get it. They're committed to this youth movement. Both guys that are going to make it into the tournament from this mini tournament are young guys. And that's cool, man. I get that part. I just, I also think this. Bolton Oleg, for example, his dream might be to go wrestle in America. We don't know. You know what I mean? Cal Newman, his dream might be to go wrestle in America. So if they don't use these guys now, they may never get the opportunity to use these guys. So they kind of have to pull the trigger on them now. And we know we just had New Young Lions debut. Broken Arm Young Lion is back from injury, so him and Oscar Lube are out there crushing it. There's all these guys that need to come back at some point. So, I don't know. I just feel like that youth movement thing is key, and that's what's going on. Now, I do want to mention. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to. This is why Yano's, taking a back step. He's in his mid-40s as well. Tanahashi, Ishii, as much as it pains us, Taichi, even though like. These guys, maybe Tanahashi slowed down a bit because he's a lot more banged up because he's been like in a top spot for a long time. But they're phasing them back a bit and stuff. So because they need to make room for all these fucking young guys. I absolutely get it.
Well, think about this too.
Yeah.
No Okada this year. All right. Yeah. No Tanahashi this year. No Ishii this year. No Taichi this year. All right. No Will Ospreay this year. Think about all if we just look at last year's G1 versus this year, the turnover will be massive. And that's not bad. That's a good thing. So, a change is a good thing in wrestling usually. So I'm kind of excited to see this G1.
And I also have to mention Taichi's fucking incredible rib selling this whole match. Like, laying on the mat, just like trying to suck in that sweet oxygen because he's been fucked up. I thought that was really cool. He's the expert salesman. He could sell.
That's true.
He could
sell
you $5 dues for $20.
He could sell a song that's not that great, and all of a sudden you think it's the greatest song.
It's the greatest song ever.
But I do want to mention. Okay, so I woke up thinking I would just catch the last hour or two of this show. I woke up and I walked into my living room. I turned the show on, and this next match was getting ready to start. And I couldn't believe it because the teams are the same 2 teams from the 6-mans the night before. So it's those exact same two teams facing each other, which is weird. But I was just kind of blown away. So I had no deflation at all before I watched this because I didn't know what happened with Taichi. I went back and watched that later. So
yeah, so usually it takes me a while, but then I'm like, man, what do I got following this? And then the graphic comes up. I'm like, oh well, the track skips to the next one, which shows me the picture first. And I'm like, oh, holy shit. Wait, who loses this match? This is going to be incredible. And dude, this is like one of the best 30 minutes of wrestling you can ever watch. Who is it, everyone? It is Tetsuya Naito, Bushi, and Shingo versus Hiromu, Yota Tsuji, and Titan. Who do you get to ref a masterpiece like this? Yeah, it is chumpy. And what I love about this match is the crowd's nuts for everyone the whole time. That's, of course, because they're all doing awesome shit. But at the same time, they're all absolute rudo, big-time douchebags to each other at any opportunity they can get. All 6 of them are douchebags to each other the whole time. So not only am I seeing absolutely awesome wrestling, I'm fucking laughing my ass off at the same time. So, you know, that's what I was saying earlier when we were like, well, we got almost everything that we wanted from a night. Like, the hit rate's pretty good. So that, the Taichi finish, everyone, that's what we were talking about. We didn't, we got the Callum, we didn't get the Taichi, and then we get this kind of gem for me. It's kind of, that's this amazing reset. And because is there a bad LIJ tag match? No. What happens if they all wrestle? Oh, they don't just have a good tag match. They probably have like the best 6-man tag match I've seen this year, hands down. It's absolutely insane. Like, at the start of the match is all just fucking showboating and fuck yous. Like, oh, Hiromu wants Naito. That's a mini story here.
Yes.
So Hiromu wants Naito. Naito's like, all right, nah, tags out. But Hiromu wants Naito, and everyone wants Hiromu to have a bit of Naito. Why? Because we never got, because of COVID and title changes and all this kind of fuckery, we never got our anniversary show match between Hiromu and Tetsuya Naito. We never got it. Never forget either. We've never forgotten. And I don't think the crowd's forgotten.
No,
nobody's forgotten. Hiromu's not forgotten. Like, nobody's forgotten. So that's a fucking mini story in this, which is fucking fantastic. You got another really cool story going. I don't even know if it's a story, but it's never as fuck. And every time these two crunch, I'm there for it. It's Shingo and Yota Tsuji. That these two were just magic together. And I'm like, you're on the same team. Fuck, can one of yous leave? Because I want that feud, please. Like,
now they might be in the same block of the G1. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. We'll see.
I don't know. I think it's Shingo Knight. I can't remember. And I don't really want to look it up because I don't know. I wanted all this to come at me. But that's really cool. Like, you get a showcase of Naito, Bushi, and Shingo just doing these smooth, fluid. We're not even like calling our spots. We're just doing the spots, triple teams. And then later on in the match, Hiromu, Yota, and Titan are like, bitch, we're also in LIJ. We know how to do that stuff too. Like, come on. Hey, Yota and Titan might be the two like freshest members, but hey, they're as much as you don't like Titan, they're in the team for a reason, right? Like, they can do all this shit. Titan and Bushi fucking tear it up as well. Like, awesome junior stuff, lots of gnarly fucking flying and submission stuff. They're going at it. There's fucking combos of all of them too. But the main focus, no matter what happens in and out of the ring, it always kind of circles back towards Hiromu and Naito. That story, because I feel like, I guess that's the big tease here, and they know it. That's the big thing they want to milk. And it's absolutely heaven. I just absolutely love it. And Naito is being absolute fucking heavyweight jerk to Hiromu, that laying in with the fucking elbows. Hiromu's going, I'm not down, more, let's go. So he's looking amazing. Like, even like the crowd goes Like he gets Destino, Hiromu, crowds just going fucking nuts, but Hiromu can't capitalize. He's too fucked, man. Like he's too fucked to follow up. Get a fucking time bomb on Naito. You should have heard that crowd and me. Like it's been a while since I've gone nuts for a time bomb, admittedly, because Hiromu wins a lot. I love him, but
a little too much, maybe, but not these days. Now he hasn't won a match in a while. So.
But seeing him do the time bomb on Naito, I was just like, yeah, I'm here for this. We might not see a payoff for this particular match for quite a while, and when things resume, when there's an opportunity for this kind of dynamic to resume, you and I will just be like, oh, remember this 6-man?
Yeah,
because it ends with a draw. Naito and Hiromu, they can't finish each other off. In fact, Hiromu's going for a pin, but right at the last second, like so well timed. This is one of the best timed, dude. This is one of the best timed draws ever, because Naito at like 57 seconds,
3 seconds left.
3 seconds left on the clock. 3 seconds left on the clock. Schoolboy 1, 2. Hiromu kicks out at 0 or 1. You know what I mean?
No, the bell rang at 2.9 is what happened. So Chumpy was like 1, 2, bell. Right? It was tremendous. Now they did have a little chat there at the end. Like Naito looked at Hiromu, looked at Chumpy. They had a little chat, and then boom, they did that, and it was like,
I don't mind.
If you got to do that to get it right, fucking nail it. That was great.
Because no one's going to remember that they got their heads down and had a quick little chat. But what they might remember is what we will bring back sometimes is some of those draw finishes from the last year's G1. They weren't particularly well timed, were they? And they kind of put a stain on what was otherwise a really fucking good wrestling match. So yeah, this is a masterpiece, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
come on.
It's one of the best matches, like tag matches I've ever seen. It's incredible. Yeah. There's also all kinds of intricate fucking with type stuff, like assholery. Like, for example, at the beginning, once Hiromu, Tsuji, and Teton are in the blue corner, so they're kind of the heels of the match, right? But they have a good cause, and their cause is to get Hiromu and Naito in there together, right? So, but they do all kinds of asshole shit to get there. Like Tsuji, at one point they just beat the fuck out of Naito, for a long time. And Tsuji grabs him. Hiromu puts him in the leg Nelson and then doesn't know how to get out of it. That kind of stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
They even set him up and hold him so that Teton can do his stupid botch lariat. And that's so funny. Also, Teton and Shingo wrestle. And Shingo does the German suplex and Teton just flips out of it. And Shingo's reaction is just priceless. He can't believe it. So, and then something else that was really neat to happen is that Bushi and Teton are wrestling and they're going, everything's going fine. And then Teton surprises Bushi by doing Bushi's short drop kick in the ropes. And Bushi's like, what? He can't emote, but he's like, what the fuck, bro?
Yep.
So all kinds of stuff like that is going on throughout, And then when Naito finally gets his hands on a few of these guys, he's like, in particular Hiromu, he's like, I'm going to break your neck. So he tries to do that with his elbows.
Break you.
It's great, man. I couldn't believe it. And I don't think it was clear because I don't think it was perfect looking, but Naito hit a time bomb on Hiromu, I think, at one point. And then Hiromu turned Destino right into a time bomb right after that. And it was like, oh my God, who's going to win? And then neither one won with that awesome finish. We got to hear the Draw theme song, which is it reminds me of an 80s TV show theme song, Miami Vice kind of thing or something, Pretty cool.
What makes me laugh? Post-match, Chumpy's getting in there going, hey, I hold everyone's arms up, and fucking Naito's like, get out of here, bitch.
You're not allowed. You're not in LIJ.
Yeah, usually I'm like, I don't know if you should do that to Marty, but I'm like, an LIJ doing that after a 30, get the fuck out of there, Marty. I'm allowed this.
they all kind of make up after the match, but Hiromu kind of, still stares in his face, Naito's face, but Naito's looking at him like, I would have won, so will we ever know who is better? Maybe never, so, but one thing we will know is who is better between Doki and Desperado. It's the fucking junior IWGP Junior title match, Luke. So we've been looking forward to this for a long time. Tell me about the watching Doki's entrance. I mean, Desperado comes out second. He gets the champion's entrance. His entrance is normal. It's very good as usual. What about Doki?
All right, we get the usual just 5 guys sign off. It's changed now, by the way. It's not you already die. It's like we changed the world or something like that.
They're baby faces now.
Yeah, they're super baby. You can't say you already die, but I kind of liked that. I still like, we changed the world. But I hear that. I'm like, okay. And then I hear unfamiliar music. I'm like, my eyes well up already because like this is. Why would they give Doki new? He's got new music, new gear, and the new music isn't terrible. I couldn't. It's like it's kind of like a pretty good facey, epic Japanese wrestler theme. It's good. I've only heard it a couple of times because I might have rewound this a bit, but it's not 100% brainworm for me yet. But hey, it could be worse. It could be Sonata's music. When Sonata should just come into dun 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 dun, because Zack Sabre Jr.'s music is also the team's music for TMDK. Right. So why don't they just do that for just 5 guys and Sonata?
Because Sonata's music, his real music, is trash.
It's fucking terrible. But dun 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 is amazing.
That's the Just 5 Guys theme rules, and so. But yeah, well, I thought it was like you said, it's very Japanese sounding. You know what I mean? I thought maybe it would kind of have that Mexican flavor a little bit, but that's Desperado shit. I don't know if it's got anything to do with it, but
yeah, as I said, I'm already feeling some emotion here. I'm like, and then the thing that pops into my head that I don't want because I don't want to feel this way because I don't think he's winning. Well, he does, and I lose my mind, but. It gives me this sense of hope now because I've just thought like he gets another title shot. New Japan has seen what we all seen. They probably saw it ages ago, but now's the time to kind of do it. They've had him beat Roman twice. He's a finalist in the best of the Super Juniors. Now he's getting a title shot with Despy. I'm happy. I feel like I'm as happy as I can be as a Doki fan right now, right? And I'm set up for Despy winning, and I'm okay with that.
What do you want? You want your favorite guys to do stuff, right?
Yeah.
Look at how much you just ran down all Doki's done this year. That's a lot of stuff. So I mean, this is just another thing to pile on the mountain of stuff that Doki has done this year, and that's what you want, right?
So I'm happy, but then I hear the new music, and I'm like, no, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. So
build you up again and have him lose like they did 1,000 times before.
Yeah. So that meant my butt was firmly planted on the edge of my seat for this fucking match because of just a simple new intro. Because I'm just like, you never know. Oh my god.
Well, this match itself has a simple story. It's that Desperado's trying to get this like double knee smash so he can start the fuck your leg, and that's what it's all about for him, is to just ground Doki, break his leg, right? So the crowd is bonkers for this match. They just saw LIJ versus LIJ.
I know.
They can't
think they'd be dead, right?
Well, I'm just saying they're like still talking to each other. Like, do you believe what we just fucking saw? Now we get to see this. Oh my god, they're freaking out. So which I am freaking out as well. So like I said, I was watching this live and I was fired up. So anyway, so we could see Desperado's kind of going for that double knee smash thing that he hit in the Best of Super Juniors tournament. And Doki tries Doki Choki right at the beginning, but that gets reversed. They run the ropes, and it's a beautiful thing. Doki's leg still works at this point. So Doki gets caught crossing the border, though, and Desperado kicks him right in the knee, beginning the fuck your leg portion of the match.
Oh, yeah.
So Doki gets a rolling move on the floor and goes for a daybreak. Desperado catches him, double knee smasher. That's the thing that got him. So he's finally, he caught him crossing the border with the drop kick, but this double knee smasher is really where it's like, oh man. So it continues. The crowd is chanting for Doki as Desperado puts every leg hold in existence on the poor little guys. Every time Doki gets some of his shit in, Desperado cuts him off immediately and attacks his leg in ever more despicable ways. So finally, a big DDT from Doki, and he's up for the first time in the match since the beginning. He hits a dive, and we get a, yeah, not really, but he's too fucked up to say.
We're doing it.
So we'll get one later. So yeah, so back to Daybreak again that he had tried earlier that kind of got him caught for that double knee smash, right? He nails it this time. Sexy pin for 2. Doki chokey, and Doki has to use his legs for that hold, though, so I'm a little worried. You know what I mean? His one leg's fucked. He keeps it on in spite of that fact for a while, and Desperado's fading, but he gets to the ropes. One of the new young lions looks bored ringside, and I hope somebody makes him pay for that later. So I was like, what is this kid? It's the like handsome one. He was like,
oh, was it Shomakate?
no, it was one of the new young lions.
Oh,
so he can't be. You're supposed to look at the ring like, oh my god, what's going on in there?
Yeah.
You know, or like with Secret Hatred. You know, like
I thought Shoma and
kids,
Murashima were suitably invested in this match.
Yeah, they were totally into it. So now after that, that's when we get it. Yeah, from Doki, and he pulls Desperado to the center of the ring and tries suplex De La Luna. Desperado wiggles out at once, though, and then they do a bunch of reversals into a cross-leg grab from Desperado. That's against the law. The crowd doesn't like it, but they do like Doki. So the chance for Doki rained down during this part where he's going to get to the ropes, right? And Desperado switches it into numero dos. Oh, he finally gets out. Huge strikes and suplexes from both guys. Doki tries his finish again, but it's big strikes. Then Doki baits Desperado in. He dodges a strike so that he can hit a bridging German for 2. Just picks up Desperado, suplex De La Luna, boom, 1, 2, 3. Doki is the new IWGP Junior Champion. He's the greatest wrestler to ever live except for Taichi. The man that helped him get into New Japan puts him over, giving him his first title.
Yep. Man, I'm a 41-year-old man, and New Japan has been getting to me lately, like in really good way. I'm still feeling. Oh my god, man, Hanare. I was like, Hanare is the never champ. Does it get any better than this? Like, he beat one of my favorite wrestlers for that title as well. Does it get any better than this? New Japan, huh? Yeah, like hold our beer. It does. We got you. So now 2 of my favorite wrestlers. Both have champions at the same time. It's dope. Man, look at where Despy is. Like we've been saying for ages, he doesn't need that belt. He doesn't need to be in the junior division. Like he doesn't like this. He is a legit top guy in New Japan Pro Wrestling, whatever division he's in. El Desperado, right? He doesn't need that belt. He doesn't. So, people can say, "Oh, this is the second shortest reign he's ever had ever." It's not about that. His story was to beat the shit out of fucking Show, who took the title off him in a fucking douchebag way. He had to win Best of Super Juniors to do that. He did it. And Despy, who should have had that accolade sooner, gets the, yes, I've now won the Best of the Super Juniors. I got the title. I beat the villain. But this story, like, Doki got there because Despy broke his jaw versus Jun Kasai in a death match. Jobbed every time. We ragged on him for a little bit, and then you and I think you were picking up on this first, was just like, man, have you seen how this guy bumps? So I'm paying attention to it too. Yes. And we're watching him bump like a fucking maniac when it's just like, this is just a house show, brother. Everyone's wearing t-shirts. Doki's like, raw Doki bomb! Like all this kind of shit all the time. So we actually got into him big time through him just getting his ass kicked and then seeing him grow and everything like that. This is what you do with wrestling. You have one of your fucking big top guys not just losing. Like it wasn't just I only just managed to sneak in my finishing hold or give you the roll up. No, man. Doki German suplexed his ass. Despy still fucked. Picks him up, suplex De La Luna. That's about as clean as and emphatic a title win as you can get on a top dude. It's not, and even though Chris said at the start, Doki's never beaten Despy, like, there's probably fucking 30 guys Doki has that record against, so that didn't even do anything for me, right? Like usually I'm like, shut the fuck up, Chris. This time I was just like,
Still
I
was
like
a spoiler though.
it's still like
Every time he
yeah,
says that, it's like, damn, bro, can mix it up
yeah,
every once in a while, So
yeah. So we've both been on this dude's journey from the start, and we went from calling him Dookie to like Doki forever, and it's just been I'm fucking so fucking happy.
yeah. It's
Dude,
like it proves a couple things too. It proves that New Japan listens to the crowd because Doki just got over not that long ago. I feel like it was like 6 months ago, and I can't remember specifically what it was like coming to.
like the
I
first
know,
Hiromu win.
yeah, like that whole feud. I think is where he finally got over, like for good. Like he'd already come off the Takataichi Mania stuff, and people saw that, and like he started to really build steam at that point. But like the Robbie Eagles matches and the
Yeah.
people that he was able to beat in the tournament this year, I think that's where he's finally solidified himself. And either New Japan planned to heat him up this whole time, or they were just like, oh, this guy's getting over. Like we're really hoping it's working, so we're just gonna do it. They're gonna pull the trigger.
I think it might be a little bit of both. I'm like,
Yeah,
we got plans with this guy. We're not sure how high they run, but let's put him in Just 5 Guys. Let's put him in this new faction. I think that's a pretty cool step, like right there. And maybe let's just see how he goes. Oh, the crowd keeps cheering for him. All right, let's keep pushing him.
That might be everybody. That might be the plan with everybody.
I don't know, but
I mean, it also proves that just about anybody in New Japan, they can just heat up and turn into a fucking amazing, champion. But that's what it takes to be a regular guy in New Japan, right?
I feel like the big turning point, at least for him being as over as he is now, was that first Hiromu win, because now he can win a big one. Now
right.
It's
believable,
Now it's believable that he can beat a top guy. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. So now he's wrestling Ishimori. Sure, Ishimori beat him, but when you see that match, you're like, Doki could win this. It's possible, Like, oh, yeah, he's never beaten Despy before. Yeah, but he beat Hiromu twice this year. So, like, anything's possible. You just, man, I've just loved it. Like, this has all just been a way to, and it's Despy, and he does it super clean with the suplex de la Luna. It's
yeah, no question. And so after the match, Doki, he gets on the mic and he's humble in victory.
yeah.
He says that he's not better than Desperado in general, but just like today he was, so he's kind of like, I'm lucky, kind of thing. And then he sells to the back and asks Kato, the young lion, to help him to the ramp. But then he's like, I got it from here. Doki rules. He hits one more big before he goes to the back. But they also get the confetti and all that for Doki. I mean, it's a big deal. The crowd is losing their mind. I thought it was like those two shows were awesome. The Soul Tour was awesome. So I'm like, man, I fucking love the Soul Tour. There's some good shit going on here.
These two shows were. I knew there were important matches, but I thought there'd be a bit more. I don't know, of the chilled out 2-hour bish bash bosh, like how showy, like
they were quick, but they went hard.
These shows were fucking amazing, both of them. If you haven't watched the shows and you've heard a discussion about it, like, dude, the 6-man LIJ match from night 2, that's a must see. Doki versus Despy, especially if you've been on this Doki train, give it a watch.
Kenta versus Callum Newman was fantastic.
An absolute fucking phenomenal match.
Yoshihashi versus Ishii. There's a bunch of matches, man.
Yeah. And that was, you heard that, right? And you'll see that on the video. Mr. Andy just said Yoshihashi match was worth going back and checking out. So
I can't wait till you listen to this and you go, man, I just buried Yoshihashi the whole time I was talking about that match. And Andy was like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that? Because you're like, I love this match. Yoshihashi's terrible. You're right. You're right both ways. So
I did, yeah.
He's not.
I did do that. Yeah, I'm not. like the only person at the end of that mini tournament I'm kind of mad that isn't in the G1 is Taichi.
Yeah. But he knocked TJP out, which is like, that's a
Yeah.
big win in my point of view.
So
I was happy about that.
let's continue on the diary train of the certain dude that we're doing. So like I'll catch up with this guys and then I'll start mixing them up again because you know.
Well, do you
I'll,
think that Master Wato will be the next challenger for the title? You think he's ready? Why wasn't he there?
I know he's got to be a challenger.
Yeah. Well, of course, the first challenger. That's what I said. So,
Like, but do you want him to come back from Thingo just to lose?
That's fine. It's just Master Wato. He'll be fine.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah, that's true.
Plus, that's like a demon that Doki has to slay, right?
Yeah.
So like he has to go back through all the fucking people that beat his ass all those times, and he's like, and he just starts killing. Like he's taking out Bushi, you know, he's taking out fucking.
I know what to do right
Wato.
away. Doki Ishimori.
There you go. Yeah, see, he can slay that dragon
because Ishimori kicked his fucking ass. Like,
yeah. So I'm glad they didn't have. I know we're trying to move on, but I'm glad that they didn't have anybody come out and challenge because it was Doki's moment from beginning to end. And like Desperado was in that match, but he was only in that match to make Doki look amazing. And that's what the whole thing was for. So it was like, I don't know. I'm glad nobody came out and ruined it. I'm glad Show didn't show up and kick his ass. Although I would have left.
At first, I was a little annoyed that Just Five Guys didn't come out to celebrate with him.
That's interesting, but
then after a while, I was like, well, they've all wrestled. And they're maybe a little buggered, and also, I'm kind of glad that Doki gets to bask by himself with the title, with the crowd, and just have that kind of moment. I'm sure they'll have like the next time we see Just Five Guys, they'll all probably be like, yeah, look at that, our boy's got the title, like, yeah, you know, so they'll be happy for him and stuff. But I don't know, it's just like his moment, the streamers, I'm like, is this for real?
Am I dreaming?
Did Gato tear some pages out of my fantasy dream book? left the one in where Taichi wins, but
yeah, he left that.
He's like, look, I'm giving you Doki with the title. Like, you can shut the fuck up about all your other dreams coming true. I'm like, all right. Plus, Hanare's got a title as well, the Never title. All right, I'm not a greedy man. Callum's in. Doki wins the title. Hanare's never champ. LIJ, I haven't absolute fucking masterpiece. I'm good. Let's do a diary. I just want to keep up with this dude's life because he's not on my screen. It's episode 83, which means it's episode 83, Road to the Diary 83. You don't need both those.
Yes, you do. He needs them. We need them. I personally need them at this point.
It's May 29th, 2024. This is your Wato, who is happy to do a rare meet and greet. It has been exactly 1 year since I won my first Best of the Super Junior. This year has really flown by. I'm working hard on my rehabilitation every day, imagining myself holding the championship flag and trophy in my hands once again. My left knee is recovering well, and I can now do light jogging and ride my bicycle for long distances.
Long distances?
Yeah.
Wow.
Recently, I have been visiting 100 yen stores and home centers nearby to redecorate my apartment.
It's a dollar store. He's going to the dollar store. Dude store to decorate his apartment. Okay.
I cycled to Daiso, and I know Daiso. Daiso there's Daisos in I don't know all of Australia has them, but Melbourne has them, and they are a version of a dollar store. Nothing is above such and such yen.
Okay.
Or something like that.
I'm not mad at it, but like, maybe not for decorations. I mean, what are we talking about here? You know,
man, probably little figurines, a couple doggy stickers or something. I don't know, man.
Bong
this guy's
dog?
adorable.
Bong dog stickers cost more than 100 yen.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's right.
You know?
By the way, like we're talking about a young kid who's probably put star stickers on his roof or something, you know, on his ceiling, so he can see the stars at night. Was that just me? Oh.
I did.
Also had a sticker version of I think an Enterprise up there as well. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, glowed in the dark of the stars and shit. I think there was also a Klingon bird of prey, but one of the next gen ones.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I mean,
Just for that
they're
weird.
awesome. I really like the those and the Romulan Warbirds are fucking dope, man. So cool
Yeah.
looking.
We haven't mentioned Star Trek for a while, so like
That's
that's
true.
all right. That's pretty good. And it was in the diary part, so so it's fine. Anyway, I cycled to Daiso, more than 10 kilometers one way from my home for
Hey.
rehabilitation, and took a look at kitchen utensils and looked for stylish items such as sugar and oil containers. What I found after wandering around the shop was a muscle training equipment, ab rollers, and stretch poles, as you'd expect. They're not 100 yen, but instead 300 or 500
Oh
yen.
my god.
Stretch poles for 500 yen? That's how cheap? Maybe 100 yen was supposed to be 1,000 yen. I don't know. It does say 1,000, but then he says more prices are even better. Yeah, typo.
Yeah,
But the
100 yen is like,
translator's typo.
it's not very much.
No.
Like, so.
I'm gonna blame Chris Charlton because I like to imagine he does these, and because like he's our fucking nemesis. Might as well fucking mute the first five. I might as well fucking mute the first 5 minutes of every match he fucking calls, so I don't hear the.
I don't know. Has there ever been a story of unrequited nemesis? Like,
Chris don't give a fuck we exist. It's all
right.
good. And I kind of like the dude anyway, so it's like there's no problem. Luke, do you make fun of people that you like? Yeah. Make fun of me all the time.
I make fun of you.
Yeah.
Earlier tonight, you said, "Man, I'm a 41-year-old man." so that happened earlier, and that was really
that's right, man. Yeah, that did happen. Yeah. Make fun of myself. I don't give a fuck. Right. The ones at home cost twice as much. I left feeling a little frustrated, but thinking that visiting 100 yen shops is fun. Yeah, but dude, you got to think about it this way. You have to ride that 10 kilometers, then you've got to carry all that equipment back.
Yeah,
another 10 kilometers. You know why it's more expensive closer to you? Because you can just fucking walk around the block, pick it up, boom, you're home. Like,
convenience fee. He needs to get Makabe to give him a ride over there, and they can load up his car and bring it back. Makabe will not help him carry it.
Like I could drive to this one supermarket that's like further, and I know is generally cheaper. Or I can drive this other supermarket which is around the corner, but I save the petrol. Like, see the thing.
Okay.
No one cares about this. On the night, it's the country as well. So like everything's. I might say things are 5 minutes away, but it's the country. So like it's not like 5 minutes away as in like I just drove 5 blocks. No, it's like fucking like I'm on the highway for fucking half the drive. Like going 100 kilometers an hour.
Yay. Take it easy.
Fucking Wato. By the way, you cheap git, don't you get fucking paid from New Japan?
I know, right? Yeah, well maybe he doesn't get paid while he's hurt. We don't know. So
see, maybe he's just like doing the whole Mick Foley thing of like,
yeah.
Screaming. On the 19th, I went to see Hanagumi performance at the Tokyo Taco. This is why he's got no money. He's going to the fucking theater.
He went to the music festival. He's
a giant mark, isn't he? Oh yeah, he's doing stuff. Like he's spending his cash. Like he's going to shows and stuff. 2 of the top stars of the Hanagumi are retiring. So I really wanted to go see them. The seats were good, 16 rows from the front. Okay. This time there were so many male patrons that it was the first time I had to queue for the men's restroom. Ooh. I'm glad there are so many male fans.
Why does everybody want to talk about the bathroom, by the way?
I don't know.
They all want to talk about it. So.
There's Wado hanging out at in front of a poster for this event. By the poster, it looks like it's a kabuki kind of show because it's a lady holding some form of kabuki mask.
Well, he said it was all dudes. It was a sausage party, so that line.
No, he said it was all dudes in the crowd, which means I don't know. There's maybe ladies retiring that they're like, it's our last chance to see them live. I have no idea. That's wow. What's the line for? Anyway, I want to go see another Hanagumi production. I was really happy to see the swan song of Hikaru Yazuka, the top star of Hanagumi, and Madoka Hoshikaze, the top daughter role. I'm also looking forward to seeing what happens to the two of you from now on. They're not reading this. They got to be Jun Japan members. Come on. To my surprise, on June 2nd, I will be holding an autograph session for the first time in a long time. Although we are missing you, we would be happy to see you all and talk with you a little. We are looking forward to seeing you. Hey, let's meet at the Old Fighting Spirit shop on Sudobashi on the 2nd. No C's at the end of that. By the way, like, he mentioned the meet and greet at the start, so I was like, all right, he's going to mention some funny things like Yoshihashi put one of his fans to sleep talking about some anecdote while he signed his fucking gear, like signed a photo or something, or I don't know, something
it
like
looks
that.
like the Hanagunis like musicals, I think. I was looking at some of the merch from it, and it's like, you know, it looks like people on stage that are in a musical or something. And it's like,
there are a lot of masks?
No, not in the ones I'm
Right.
seing so far. But
That's different to Kabuki then.
yeah, it could be. There's many different kinds. It has something to do with flowers too. So there's some kind of like flower, like it means flower troop, Haguni. So
right. Cool. Well,
he's going to him, you know. So I wonder if it's like there's risque ones, and Watto's going to be. I went to the one with the teddies. We'll have to find out next time on Wrestler Diaries.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yes, we'll have to. Thank you, Jay, for sending us those. They are available if you're a New Japan Pro Wrestling member. We are not. Jay is, and so sends us these, and we're very thankful because
this is true.
I feel like we've gotten a lot years worth of mileage from these wonderful pieces of literary genius from wrestlers we wouldn't expect as well. Like, who'd have thought that 3 wrestlers that we rag on for their wrestling or on-screen characters and stuff, Yo, Goto, and Yoshihashi, would turn out to be absolute wonderful, or at least interesting wordsmiths, at least anyway. Wow.
They're just funny. They're unintentionally hilarious.
Oh, you do.
What they are. So
no, I will do this. It's still like one of the greatest things ever.
Top moment.
And speaking of great things, man, that was 2 great things to chat about. I had a good time. And unless there's something, I'm trying to do it nice and smooth this instead of, drawing it out. Unless Mr. Andy has anything he'd like to add. There's different sounds, see? It's only 3 settings, unfortunately. So, like, if I need that mythical 4th setting, I'm fucked. Maybe I've just got to do it really fast, spam the button. No, it doesn't work.
So anyway, the one that's in between the other settings, that's number 4. I got that on one of my guitar pedals.
I reckon there's got to be an episode where Bong Dog picks up my prop sonic screwdriver, and I'm like, dude, it's just a toy. And then Bong Dog's like,
it works for him. It turns into a whatever it does. I don't know.
That's right. All right. Well, man, I feel really in fucking Doki we trust. He's the champ.